Welcome to the Mussar video blog. The other day, I was outside, like I am now, actually in front of a house, and I was looking around, and I saw the sky, and the trees, and the clouds, and the grass, heard the birds, and then I looked also, and I saw a truck, and a car, and the street itself, and the sidewalk, and it just struck me that there's a completely different feeling that comes up inside of me when I'm looking in the sky or the trees or the air or anything like that, as opposed to looking at a truck or a house or any human creation. And even if it's a beautiful piece of architecture, sculpture, art, you name it. But there's something unbelievable when one gazes at creation, the world, in its somewhat pristine stage. Something about it. You could say whatever you want. As far as I'm concerned, I see it. This is God's creation. And there's something majestic, sublime, that just radiates. I think one of the reasons why when we go to the mountains or some other amazing piece of nature and we're just blown away by the whole thing is that it touches something inside of us, that spark of holiness, and we're just connecting with our Creator, and we're just awed by the moment. But we have to take those moments and bring them back home. And just when you look at a tree, the sky, anything, and realize that this too, and it's all around us. So to me, I was just imagining what was it like, back in the Garden of Eden. Now I have no clue what it was like, and it doesn't really matter, but just using my imagination, it was a state where you felt God's presence all the time. You just knew it. This is God's creation and we're a part of it. We're connecting with our Creator. Or even not a natural state, but when we had the holy temple and we felt the divine presence there, or when we stood at Mount Sinai, or things like that. And sometimes we yearn, I wish I could have some spiritual experience, some enormous spiritual experience like that. But the truth is, if we just take advantage of the world as it is, and just ponder it, and maybe even more than ponder it, like close our eyes or open our eyes or just stop, take a deep breath, let it penetrate. Feel that right now, I am surrounded by God's presence. It's there. Just like put down all the blockage, let it come in. That's a way that we can fulfill one of the very first things that it says in Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law. A person should have this principle: Shivisi Hashem lenegdi samid. I place God before me constantly. How do you fulfill that? I think one way of fulfilling it is to just go through the world, go through life, and realize that God's presence is radiating from all over. And you can even feel that way about people, because people were all created in the image of God. Everyone you see was created in the image of God. That too is a creation of God. Animals are creations of God. So really, if we just get the right mindset, we can feel God's presence all over the place, and we can make it a part of us and fulfill that lofty ideal of having God before me at all times, and it will impact on the way we live our lives very much. See you next time.